Ladies and gentlemen, episode 16 of season 2 of the Daily Intermission podcast, joined as always by Nathan Brown. Nate, how are we doing today, bud?
Pretty good, man. Big Super Bowl run last night. You have any good snacks last night? Super Bowl snacks?
I didn't, man. I had like a standardized like chicken and veggie. Sorry, we just touched hands and now it's just weird.
Yeah, that is strange.
But no, I just had a chicken and veggie supper.
Okay.
And nothing really, to raise the caloric intake, which is unfortunate, but it's the way it was. How about you?
Yeah, I had some wings.
Okay.
Had some buffalo on them.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Some actual buffalo.
Yeah, there was there was one outside hanging around, and I figured, hey, you'd mix it good with those chicken wings.
Okay.
Just buffalo sauce and then some jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon. So,
is that any good?
It's pretty good. I mean, I'm feeling it.
For sure.
I feel about 15 pounds heavier today, but that's the way she rides.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the pregame show today, we'll run through a little bit of how our Project Parlay went on Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the halftime show, which was a bit of a headliner here at the Super Bowl. And then quarter one, we'll be breaking down the Super Bowl. Quarter two, we got PGA. We got Olympic talk, UFC 271. Quarter three, we got NBA. Quarter four, NHL. But there's a halftime show, folks, and it's who holds the record this week will be the halftime show.
It'll be a good one.
Let's get after it, Nate.
Yeah, let's go.
So listen, man, call-ins on Saturday for Project Parlay couldn't have been more of a disappointment.
Couldn't have been more of a disappointment. We had guys coming in hot. I thought these were some guarantees, especially the pick doctor who took Davidson.
The doctor was sounding so confident.
I mean, he had a good narrative behind it too.
Yeah, he did.
But, that died off quicker. So, we're going to have 3 new callers this week, and we pray to the Lord above that they were better than what we went through last weekend.
It was unbelievable, really. Yeah, the pick doctor came in with Davidson. We had Alex from Halifax give us Toronto money line, and we had Trevor from, was it Wawa, Ontario?
I believe that is correct. Trevor Leahy from Wawa, Ontario.
Giving us the Raptors. So it seems like there was a couple homer picks thrown in the mix there.
Yeah, it was. Which is always going to kill you when you're betting.
So if you want to be a caller on Project Parlay next week, make sure you're on Instagram and hit us up in the Instagram DMs. We'll be picking 3 individuals to join us next week. Unbelievable, man. I wish, because we both hit.
Well, we both hit. We're known to hit.
Yes,
we hit everything. We picked the Super Bowl winner at the start of the year.
Yeah, this is what we do over here at the Daily Intermission is we pick winners. And I'm not going to mention that. I'll get into the Scotty Scheffler hitter a little bit later on.
It's another hit.
Nate, Super Bowl halftime show. Obviously, it was a bit of a headliner. It's kind of the spectacle if you're not a big football fan. I mean, if you're not watching the game, then you're there for the halftime show. I thought it was a huge success.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I thought they played it pretty they didn't go too crazy with it.
Yeah.
Which was nice. But, I feel like this might be a bit of a hot take just because I feel like some people say like J-Lo was sick or whatever. I think that was the best one ever.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was awesome. It was terrific. Obviously the cast was unbelievable. You got Dr. Dre and Eminem. Like when Eminem's coming out, dude, Snoop Dogg too. Like plus we got 50 Cent just buzzing in there out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was I don't really know how fit he got in there or what that was all about. But yeah, he mixed in a little appearance. Great to see him in there. Was it in the club he brought out? I mean, looks like he put on a few.
Yeah,
but
he did. Dre as well.
For sure.
The boys are the other.
They're enjoying that lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Yeah, I thought that Snoop Dogg and Dre stole the show. I would have liked to see a little bit more from Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick was a little disappointing. I was hoping for something a little more as well. I'm a big Kendrick guy, so it's like I'm hoping for a new album. 1, it's been like 5 years.
Yeah.
And 2, it's like, I don't know, he wasn't even, it was almost like he was like...
Did his own thing.
Yeah, it's almost like he was a little nervous too. He didn't look up once.
Yeah.
He just had his head buried just doing the old side-by-side sidewinders, so...
But like you said, Nate, like I like the idea of kind of simplifying things. Just put a unique stage out there and let them go at it. Like I loved the idea of having 6 superstars come out, perform a couple songs each. And absolutely steal the show. And I saw Snoop just hauling on a Jaybird right before he went on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wish I would have got in on the, what was it? Snoop to smoke on stage.
Yeah.
No was like plus 140 or something.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. Would have been nice. So, didn't hit that. But
plus 140 to be buzzing on stage?
No, to smoke on stage.
And did his pre-show smoke count?
That's hard to say. I would assume not.
Okay.
It's not technically on stage. Thought it was really cool too, like the little setup they had. It's like kind of like the old Compton houses that they lived in, I think it was.
Cool. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
They had the old school cars kind of out there too.
Yeah, dude, it was cool.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of that.
No, I think all around the halftime show was a success. I think moving forward, I think you got to involve just headliner after headliner
Yeah.
and let them, be in the mix. Obviously, it was unique to California having the Snoop Dre.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking too last night. I was like, they probably asked Eminem and them to do a Super Bowl show before, and they're probably like, well,
No shot.
yeah, it's like I am not going to Cincinnati to do a Super Bowl. Like, it's like you guys come to LA and we'll chat.
No, for sure. But
Hot.
we're gonna move into quarter one
Yeah.
of episode 16 of season 2. So we'll break down the Super Bowl, man. It was a good game, really good game, close. Came down to the final drive, I guess the second final drive. But man, I mean, I thought the Bengals were going to run away, or I'm sorry, I thought the Rams were going to run away with it off the get-go.
Yeah.
It looked like Matty Stafford was clicking with his guys. Odell was getting wide open. Cooper Kupp obviously was having some great success.
Yep.
But the Bengals made it a game, man. And that first quarter headline by Odell Beckham Jr.'s touchdown.
Yep.
Does it the moonwalk.
Yes.
Just an absolute milk. But
He moonwalked his way directly onto a stretcher. Oh,
yes, he
he
did.
tore the ACL. I actually hit that bet, which was nice.
Yeah, I mean,
OBJ's
can you imagine if there was a player to go down with ACL?
Dude, okay, so I was telling you this before, but the craziest prop I saw yesterday, it was like Joe Mixon and somebody else together. It was like their total rushing yards or the length of the race at the Kentucky Derby. It's like, which one's gonna be? I'm like, how are you coming up with that?
Yeah, how do you compare those?
It's like, why would I wait 2 months for a prop bet from the Super Bowl?
Well, that's just it. But no, the Rams win 23-20.
Yep.
Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp. Man, this guy's incredible. No offers out of high school. I mean, some of the routes and some of the chemistry that we've seen on display from Matty Stafford and Cooper Kupp is out of this world.
Yep.
On the 1 yard line, that back shoulder fade. I mean, that's hard to do in touch football.
Yeah.
Let alone in the NFL,
Super
in the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, I guess they get up every morning, 6 a.m. They're going over plays. They're talking football. Like, their work ethic's out of this world. But I'm happy for the Rams, man. There's so many guys on that team. I mean, you think OBJ, you think Matty Stafford, you think Cooper Kupp, you think Aaron Donald. Von Miller gets another one.
Yep.
That's Andrew Whitworth, offensive lineman. And there's a lot of guys that are very deserving of the Super Bowl title. I mean, Sean McVay, obviously, young coach, has been to his second Super Bowl, wins one. Man, there's been so many guys in that team.
What's he, like 30 years old?
36 or something.
Oh, is he? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, man. He looks really young.
Yeah, he does. I mean, they're like contemplating retirement. It's like, that's a milk.
The coach?
Yeah.
Okay, like settle.
Yeah, it's
Like, dude, you got another 20 years in you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Belichick's going, he's 69.
Yeah, you might have like another 30 in you.
Yeah, but as you were saying, like, I thought the game was going to get away early too.
Yeah.
So it's like the Rams kind of got up. I was like, oh boys, like, here we go. But man, the Bengals clawed back. It was getting there, and I thought for a glimpse of a second I was going to hit the OT for the final time that year.
Man, it would have been the year of the OT if that would have hit.
Oh,
because,
dude.
I mean, it would have been, your sixth of the year? Like, that's just insane.
I mean, they were hanging out around half too, and I was like, all right, like, let's go.
13-10 at half.
Yeah, and then I just see, but then even at the end there, like, they were about on the fourth down. It was like,
oh, for sure, yeah.
I was like, man, maybe just give it a boot.
Like, Aaron Donald absolutely flies through.
I saw some things on online. Sorry, it was a meme. And, it always comes out, like, one thing happens. I knew the face mask thing was obviously going to come up. Like, everything kind of gets, like, nitpicked afterwards. But they were, like, apparently Aaron Donald was, like, a little bit offside on that last drive, right? So, it's not going to end.
No, a lot of people complaining, too, about the two flags in the last drive. One for
those
holding,
things
one
were
for
getting
pass
chucked like
interference.
chiclets at the end there.
But I mean, if you're a Bengals fan, I don't know if you saw the first play of the second half, but T. Higgins dragged down Jalen Ramsey. Goes for the touchdown. But Jalen Ramsey, man, he didn't have a great game for a guy that's kind of unifiedly known as the best corner in the league. He got burned a bunch, man. The first quarter, but like a 45-yard one-handed grab by Jamar Chase, and it was just. I mean, the biggest play of the game ended up being a drop by Tyler Boyd. It was his first drop of the season.
That was wild to hear. I was like, how is he not like, holy smoke? Now, it's like, dude, that's just such a shame. But
I don't know if you saw, Nate. There was a pick in the end zone. Matt Stafford tried to go deep to Van Jefferson and the Bates the third ended up picking it off, and then Vernon Hargreaves, who's not dressed in the game, runs out in the end zone, starts celebrating. It was the first penalty of the game. It's like, dude, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I know, that was ridiculous, man. We were in our group chat, we were going back and forth, just like hilarious prop bets and stuff, and that's what one of the guys came in and said. He was just like, put the check mark after. We just do ridiculous stuff, and it was like
guy to run on the field and close.
Well, guy and an ununiformed player to get a flag, and then it was just like check. And it's just like, okay, like we got everything. But no,
super happy for the Rams. I mean, Matty Stafford and his wife, super happy. Los Angeles back back-to-back years, the team hosts the Super Bowl in their home stadiums and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, what an advantage that is, though.
Oh,
it's ridiculous. And I mean, you wouldn't bet against it normally. So I mean, next year we'll see what happens. We get the Cardinals going or what?
Well, it's interesting because Kyler Murray has unfollowed the Arizona Cardinals and might want out. So
that's right.
Yeah, I mean the NFL offseason too is so exciting. With the draft is the most important draft in the Big Four in terms of guys just so ready to play.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Teams in free agency and everything like that. OBJ with the torn ACL. We'll see. Where he signs. He's a free agent as well. So. A lot of changes to be made in the NFL. Nate, any too early to predict Super Bowl champions next year?
Oh boy, I'm gonna go on the limb here and say the Bengals.
Okay,
I'm gonna say they got the pieces there. Maybe people in free agency are gonna be like, you know what, they were close.
Yeah,
like you get a few extra pieces, maybe they can do it. I know that was a bit of a Cinderella run, but yeah, I'm gonna roll them early. I'm big Joe Burrow guy now.
Okay.
I like the guy.
I'm going to run the Bills. I'm going to say the Bills are going to win.
That's a good one, too.
I think the Bengals, that was a bit of a Cinderella-esque story. I mean, they always got it done, but...
so close.
But that'll conclude quarter one, Nate. Quarter two, we're going into PGA, Olympics, UFC.
Yes.
Both headlined the weekend with super exciting stuff. We'll start off in the PGA Tour, man. Scotty Scheffler, man... Unbelievable. First win on tour. Got it done in the playoff against Patrick Cantlay at the Waste Management. Man, that place is a bucket list event.
That's, what? It always has been a bucket list event, but seeing some of the people rushing out the gates almost was like, if I went, I'd have to have some sort of VIP treatment in order to get up there. Because, man, could you imagine? People were lining up at 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah, to get to 16.
And it's like, man.
I wouldn't even go to 16.
No?
I would be following my favorite players and just going to different holes. I tried to maybe one day get into 16, but for me, I want to go follow and watch the golf.
Yeah, fair enough.
Obviously, there was 2 hole-in-ones and the environment was electric. They littered that green with beer cans. Which is it's just such a great event. I mean, Harry Higgs is flashing the crowd. I mean, Joel Damon's got his shirt off, swinging it around. That event is just, it's one of the best of the year, no doubt. And super happy with Scotty Scheffler. Obviously, my first best bet of the week, too, at plus 2,800, huge hit. Pumped about that. And just pumped for Scotty Scheffler. I mean, you knew he was going to get a win. And I mean, Sam Ryder and Carlos Ortiz with the hole-in-ones. You got Brooks Koepka and Xander Schauffele one shot off. The Gala. I mean, he's going to be an electric character. It seems like he's going to be sticking around a bit too. He had a great week, led for 3 days, and then couldn't get it done on Sunday. But man, what an event! I was losing it. I saw a couple of memes. What was it when they got the hole-in-one? I think it was Ortiz, or maybe it was Ryder's hole-in-one, but they. It was just all the things got lit, all the beer cans obviously littered on the field, and then everyone's like, well, we shall see how good they are at Waste Management. Yeah, no, for sure. Things just everywhere, dude. No, they're extremely innovative and forward thinking with their waste management. I mean, they take waste that's typically not able to be recycled, and they make roofing like shingles and roof. It's just amazing what Waste Management does. Super fun event in Arizona. And now they're off to California for the Genesis Invitational, obviously an event hosted by Tiger Woods. Supports his foundation. He'll be there hosting. He won't be playing, obviously, a year from when he got in his terrible car accident. But super, super pumped. I mean, this field is star-studded. You got 10 out of the 10 top 10 players in the world playing. Any early indications, Nate, or who you're leaning for the one and done? Well, you know who it is. It is Hideki Matsuyama. He's been playing well this year. I mean, he got into the mix last week. I'm just I got to start, I don't know. I got to start making some changes in my program. It's been a mess. Yeah, coming off a winner last week with Scotty, I'm feeling really good. Moving into 7th spot. What did I take him the week before? Did you? I think so. No, Cantlay the week before. And then the week before that, I had Scheffler. Did you? Or no, did I take... I can't remember. It was Schauffele or Scheffler. Okay. I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember anymore. You're starting to run the big guns, though. Oh, the big guns are being run. Yeah. I'm saving myself my Morikawa, my Rahm. DJ still ready to rock. I'm saving Sung Jae for the Masters. Are you? No. I was going to say, no shot he wins the Masters. No. He was close a couple years ago, though, that COVID year. What did he finish second, I think? Yeah, with him and Cam Smith came runner up.
Yeah.
But Nate, that'll conclude the golf talk. So check out our Instagram page and our YouTube channel on Wednesday. We'll have our best bets out for the Genesis Invitational. Moving to the Olympics, man. I was watching snowboarding this week, man, and I think that's my new favorite event. When the NHLers don't go, man, those guys were hucking the most insane tricks in that half pipe. That young Japanese fella who won the gold. Dude, he was taking flight like an airplane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's one thing. Whenever I'm at a ski hill or something, it's like, yeah, let's go hit up the half pipe. I'm like, well, you guys have a good time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not touching that, man. People just absolutely soar.
It's crazy.
It's wild, man.
I was hoping for Shaun White, but Shaun White came fourth. I thought it was kind of a courtesy fourth. Like I didn't think it was 2006 when he won his first half pipe gold. So
right.
I mean, he's outdated in sport. I mean, there's been a lot of guys develop out of some other countries. I know that young guy from Australia. I forget his name right now. He had an incredible run, but these guys are hucking insane tricks. Like it's full on. Like these guys are true Olympians. But Shaun White fourth in his last Olympics, and that half pipe was some of the most electric TV I've watched.
Yeah.
Nate, I don't know if you saw, there was a Russian who tested, I think it was figure skating, tested positive for a banned substance.
It's absolutely vintage Russian.
I thought the Russians were going to move past this, but gosh, they're still injecting
just
stuff.
Can't stop, eh? They get caught every step of the way too, and they just keep humming those things into them.
Yeah, they do.
Every step of the way. So he's disqualified.
She got disqualified. I'm not sure, what the substance was, but I mean, in figure skating, it'd be hard to say. I mean,
what would you even take to?
I don't know.
It could be anything, even
so,
like the IIHF. I mean, you get some allergy medication in you, you get tossed sometimes. So
for sure. But man, the women's hockey final is set in stone, mate. Who do you think the women's final is?
Oh, geez, Greg. Let me I'll just completely guess here. I'm going to say USA and Canada.
You'd be wrong.
Actually?
No.
I was going to say,
you are
I'm
correct.
pretty sure I saw it today unless I was looking at something different.
Canada absolutely dismantled Switzerland and the U.S. squeaked one out against Finland, Finland seems to be
coming up.
Yeah, they're on the come up for sure. Their goaltender is notified as the best in the world. So
they played pretty well against Canada too. The game I watched, I think it was in the preliminary round, but they kept it close for a bit. It was like 3-1 or so in the middle of the game, and then I took a look back and it was like 6-1, and I was like, okay, well the wheels fell off, but I mean, it's nice to see a little bit of competition for another country other than Canada and USA, because it's been predominantly dominated by that. Because
I know Brianne Decker's out. She kind of hurt her leg in the first game of the tournament, but I hope Canada wins, man. We'll see. It should be a great game. I mean, those games are just all time.
It's almost guaranteed overtime. I feel like every single year the women's goes to overtime.
Yeah, well, we think back into the World Championship. And Marie Filipillion going bar down.
Bar diesel.
So, we'll see what happens in the women's hockey. I'm hammering Canada.
Yeah.
I don't know what the spread is yet.
It's probably, I bet it's probably 1.5, just normal.
Yeah.
And then it's probably they're probably both minus 110, I bet, would be my guess.
Nate, do you find this year they're mixing in a lot of, they're doing a lot of, team events this year. I found in the ski jumping they were doing it. In the snowboard cross they were doing it, I don't really know, these mixed medal events. I don't know. It just seems like they're just creating events to give out more medals. It's really odd to me. I don't know if they've been doing this or if I'm just picking it up on it now.
I think there's always been some mixed stuff, but it hasn't stood out to me as much as this year. I'm not sure if it's with the time change and maybe we're missing the peak stuff in the night, and then it's the team events are kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure, man. It does seem like even what was it that when we were talking the other day on our YouTube about not the bobsled, but the luge, where you got the two people laying on each other. Yeah. And it's like, well, why? Why though? It's like, why wouldn't this just be a single person thing?
How do you get good at that?
Yeah. And what, well, as we talked about it on YouTube, there's nobody's getting good at that. No. You just go. I don't care what anybody says. There's no shot that people are good at that.
You go to the local amusement park in the middle of winter and you just hop up on the water slide and just absolutely head down there on a crazy carpet.
Yeah, exactly. It's my first time I ever went, it was with my father. He helped me down the water slide, and then after that I was like, well, give me a sled.
And I knew from that point forward I was a skeleton star.
Ridiculous.
But no, the Winter Olympics continue to be on. It's really hard to follow just due to the time change for us out east. But we're hoping the best for the Canadian women's, Canadian men's team in hockey, and I know the men's team's playing China in the quarterfinals. I'll be hammering the spread. But Nate, moving into the UFC 271, which was hosted in Houston this weekend. Crazy good fights. Bobby Green started off the card. Our guy, Bobby Green.
Guy is known to come out swinging.
Oh, man. Big win for Bobby Green. But the headliners, man, Derek Lewis versus Tuivasa. from Australia, two of us, and knocks him out with an elbow. It didn't look that bad to me.
Yeah. I find it's just crazy, like the things you got to watch out for. You know, you got legs, you got elbows, you got everything. And it's like, yeah, it didn't look that bad, honestly.
No, he was pinned up against the cage. He threw just like a generous elbow. And
well, that's probably why, because he was like so close to the cage. Maybe it kind of like caught it and made it did not look as bad, perhaps. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
At the same time, man, you get caught with something in the wrong spot at any point. Like, even like, you think of like those body shots. You wouldn't think, like, from an outside perspective, that's going to hurt that much.
Yeah.
But that's going to kill. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why these guys are doing 1,000 sit-ups a day. But yeah, two of us, like, I mean, he gets out and he's linking up with his buddies on the way outside of the stadium, doing shoeies. It was awesome. And then Israel Adesanya takes down Robert Whittaker for the second time, retains the middleweight belt. Robert Whittaker, I mean, that was a great fight. I mean, these guys, it was a unanimous decision for Israel Adesanya. I mean, I know Whittaker was really upset, but these guys are the two top guys in the middleweight division. I wonder if there'll be a trilogy. I'm not sure who Whittaker will have to fight to get back, but man, Israel Adesanya, man, that guy, he is an absolute monster.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the guy. We were all over him too.
Oh, my
We had
goodness.
him in the live. We were taking him on the bet. What did he go in at? Minus 400?
300, I think, minus 300. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not, I mean, tough to make cash on that, but
For sure.
I mean, yeah, you got to be half intelligent if you're Vegas. Who did the Nelk boys end up signing?
I don't know. I haven't heard.
Okay. I didn't really take a
uh,
look for that. I thought it would be more all over my news feed, so I didn't even reach out to try and do it. But
Yeah, I thought it was going to be at that fight they were going to sign someone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those guys are all over the place.
they're doing a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, they are. Whatever happened to Jesse from the Knock Boys?
I think he's just doing some like day in the life kind of stuff. He's always doing like behind the scenes in the business kind of thing. I've seen a few episodes of it. It's
So nothing.
No, I mean it's not what it used to be for sure. But
No, they got the kind of the Nelk Boys now are Salim, Steve will do it, and Kyle.
yeah,
Like those are the guys.
Steve will do it was quite the ad for that man.
Oh, man.
He's hilarious.
He's absolutely killing it.
Yeah, he is.
He's having a kid.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's wild. I thought.
Having a kid.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Anyway, UFC talk March 5th. We got Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal. I mean, I couldn't think of a more headlining fight. I mean, Jorge Masvidal obviously took down Nate Diaz for the baddest motherfucker belt, and Colby Covington. I mean, this guy is an absolute chirp fest. This guy's ruthless outside of the UFC in terms of hyping up fights. So these two hate each other. I guess they used to be buddies. Now absolutely hate each other. So that fight, March 5th. Going to be absolutely electric.
yeah, a little bit of time before then, it'll get nice and hyped up. So I'm ready to rock.
I think our guy Gavin Tucker's fighting soon.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Gabby.
You got to look out for him at Boston Pizzas, too.
You got to watch out for him in your own bedroom, I hear.
Yeah. But moving on, Nate, we're going to go into the halftime show
Yes.
of episode 16 of season 2. So we're going to go back and forth right now with records in the sports world, and we're going to try to guess who holds the record.
Who holds the record? You want me to start this off?
Go ahead.
All right, Greg. First one. Who has the most grand slams in MLB history?
Gosh, I'm thinking Barry, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it's a good guess.
I don't think Barry because I don't think you'd ask. I don't think you'd ask the question if it was Barry. I'm going to go with Mark McGuire.
I like it. Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, wow.
25.
25 salamis.
Two
for-
up on
for
Lou
A-Rod.
Gehrig.
Okay. Nate, who has the most stolen bases in MLB history?
Oh, man. Jeez, I'm thinking some stuff here. Give me Jorge Posada.
Seriously?
I have no clue.
Ricky Henderson, 1,406.
Okay. if you would have asked me the number to guess,
Yeah,
holy
that's a lot of
smokes.
stolen bases, eh?
I would have said maybe like 300.
Somebody's got to look up how many stolen bases
bases?
Jorge Posada has.
I said I'm gonna look it up right now.
Holy smokes.
Posada stolen bases. Yeah, he wasn't even fast. Let's see here. This is hilarious.
It's like 5.
It might even be. There's an outside shot. It's 0.
Oh, my. Unbelievable.
Stolen bases. He's got. All right, he got 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the record was 300. I didn't think it was that bad of a guess, but. Okay, so first one for you, or second one, sorry. Most penalty minutes in NHL history.
There's been a lot of tough guys. I think it's Tiger Williams.
It is indeed Tiger Williams.
Tiger. Yeah, I mean, some guys that come to mind are like Probert and Ty Domi, and I think those guys got to be in the top 5.
Ty Domi's 3rd, Dale Hunter's 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nate. Most interceptions in NFL history. Think big time.
Most interceptions in NFL history. Most interceptions in NHL history.
There's the most pizzas.
Oh boy. So who's thrown the most interceptions?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was thinking picks. Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think it's Tom. I'm gonna say give me Eli Manning.
Ooh, good guess.
Joe Montana.
Brett Favre.
Oh,
305.
okay. I should have thought about that a little more.
Yep.
That's tough, though. All right, Greg. Who has the record for most points in an NBA game?
Will Chamberlain?
Yep.
Okay, 100 and something?
100.
100
points.
Yeah.
He also has third place with like 78. And
Okay.
then Kobe's 81.
Nate, who has the longest MLB hit streak?
Oh, my.
I think you know this.
I'm going to go Ichiro Suzuki.
Oh, it was Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio?
56.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough to track. Most in the NHL for this one, most saves, the goalie with the most saves in one game.
Ooh, who's been peppered? Roberto Luongo.
It's Ron Tugnut. 70.
It's one of my favorite names in the history
70
of sports.
saves.
70 saves.
Bruins put it up on him too.
Oh, I love
put
it.
Up 70 on him.
Okay, Nate. Most fights in NHL history.
Most fights in NHL history. Oh my. I'm gonna say Ty Domi. Long
Bang!
career. Yeah.
339.
I was thinking the career was just like he seemed like he played for like 10 years at least.
Yeah.
So I think that. Okay, last one. Most goals for a soccer player.
Most goals for a soccer player.
Yeah, all time.
Pele.
Second place. Ronaldo.
No.
Yeah.
Most rebounds in NBA history, Nate.
Oh my goodness. Most rebounds. I don't know. I have no idea. Man, I think we had this on a TikTok not that long ago. Give me Magic.
Guard. Will Chamberlain.
Oh,
Wilt the Still.
Yeah, I knew it. Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, Nate, those were some all-time guesses.
They were good stuff. I mean, Jorge Posada. Couldn't have been closer. Magic Johnson. I'm just throwing out names now, folks. I got no clue. I was going to say Dennis Rodman again. That's what I guessed.
That would have been too bad.
I guessed that on TikTok, though.
Because I guess he
Wilt
was a board
Chamberlain.
machine, hey?
Rodman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that will conclude the halftime show for episode 16 of season 2 of the Daily Intermission podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in today. We're moving into quarter 3, and quarter 3 is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy. Thrive Fantasy is a prop betting daily fantasy website. You either propose 20 prop bets, you pick 10. If you have the most optimal lineup, you win the money. You can use the code TDI upon signing up. They'll double your initial bet or your initial deposit, and they'll also give you some free tickets. So go check out Thrive Fantasy. We'll start giving out some Thrive Fantasy best bets. We're not going to do it today, but I tried out a golf Thrive Fantasy. It was super exciting, but go check it out.
Yeah, get in on it. Code TDI. Let's absolutely go. I was going to ask you what were some of the cool props you saw for the golf?
Yeah, so it's like individual players over under the score 67.5, usually
Okay,
68.5. Over under pars made, over under birdies made. So it's kind of fun like that. If
Yep.
you're really dialed into the top guns and
Yeah.
you're analyzing their rounds, I had Abe answer. I think over 4.5 birdies. He made 6.
Okay.
So kind of like fun stuff like that. I think
Yep.
I think that was the bet. But maybe it was Homa. But Nate, we're moving into quarter 3, and we're talking NBA. And we're talking LeBron James is now the all-time leader in total points, combined regular season and playoff. I mean, this guy is a record-smashing machine.
Seems every week, doesn't it? I mean, this one was coming. You saw
sure.
it. You saw it even back when I remember looking at it when he's at like 6,000. And I was like, man, it's coming. Like, I gotta wonder too. It's like, how close is he to being the GOAT? Like, is he?
Yeah, it's going to be a forever argument between him
sure.
and Michael Jordan. It's a generational argument, I think, too.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
for people of this generation, like the millennials, I think it's LeBron James, but everyone kind of past that.
Well, what is it?
Is Michael?
What MJ? He didn't lose in a final, did he?
No, 6 for 6.
6 for 6, yeah. And I think that's one of the bigger knocks on LeBron too. Is like
For
he's
sure.
lost like 5, no,
Yeah.
something like that. So,
But
yeah,
man,
10,000 points, man. That's it's outrageous.
yeah.
Is what it is.
Was it 40-some thousand?
What?
points
that he's got.
Yeah,
I think.
insane.
Is it 40,000?
Yep, because he's got 36,000 regular season, then you add in the
right.
the playoffs. I think it's like 44,150.
Okay,
I think.
let's take a. It says right now he's at 36,526.
Is that plus playoffs?
I would assume not.
No.
NBA career.
But the Celtics, Nate, have won 8 in a row. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
Made some nice additions at the trade deadline. They brought in Daniel Tice back from Houston. They traded Josh Richardson, brought in Devin White, I do believe. Not Devin White, gosh. I forget his name right now. But White from the San Antonio Spurs. They're bolstered. I mean, they're a bit of a pretender. We'll talk about it with Scoop. I want to know what his thoughts are on what the Celtics are doing. But I like the moves they made. They're on a hot streak, man. Jason Tatum's playing unbelievable. Jaylen Brown's an absolute beast. 8 in a row in the East is fantastic, man. The East is really competitive.
Yeah, that'll buzz you up.
I'm excited to see what James Harden's got, man. What's his game going to be looking like in Philly?
Well, yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I mean, what is he going to make there's talk he might make his debut tomorrow.
Yep.
I guess tonight now once this comes out, but he's got the hamstring injury, right? Day or whatever. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be sick when he's there, though.
They're pumped in Philly. They're
pumped. No doubt, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Ben Simmons all year not playing, so I mean, it's anything's great.
Yeah, we'll see how he looks too in Brooklyn. Still Durant out and Kyrie not playing at home. Kyrie's playing really well, man. He looked unbelievable the other night. He saw him a lot of ISO ball. He had like 18 straight points for the Nets. They ended up losing. I think they've lost 11 straight, and they're still above 500. Yeah. Klay Thompson dropped a 33-point game against the Lakers.
Water's wet.
LeBron James, man, he had 3 free throws to win the game, down by 2, or down by 3 to tie the game. Clanks the first one, just the anti-clutch. Not the anti-clutch, but certainly in that moment he was.
Yeah.
At the Super Bowl, drinking wine. I mean, that guy, I don't know how much of his headspace is involved in winning championships right now. Like, I don't know how content LeBron James is, but he seems pretty content.
I'd say
down in Los Angeles, hanging out with the A-list celebrities, going in, dropping a bunch of points, losing basketball games. I mean, it's interesting to see, what's his motivation level at right now?
Yeah. Well, he comes out even then, what was it, to the media, and he said, like, what was it we talked about last podcast where he's like, we're not even close to the Bucks.
Yep.
Whatever. And I think he is a little punched out on us, honestly. Even like, when he's at the Super Bowl, I was wondering what those chains are worth on his neck, man. He had like 3 of them. Looked like they were absolutely weighing him down. But I don't know. I don't think, the guy's, 37 years old. I mean, he's getting there. He probably figures he hasn't really got much of a shot here with LA this year for sure.
No.
I mean, we'll see what they can retool and do next year. But
yeah,
I mean, for the most part, I mean, it would be pretty tough to be motivated to be a guy like that where you're like, every time he makes the playoffs, basically, he makes the final.
Yeah.
And then this year you're like, well, are we even going to make the playoffs? It's like, well, whatever. Like, if I'm not going to have anyone to play with for the most part, it's like I'm going to punch out on it. I mean, the guy can essentially do whatever he wants, which is absolutely wild.
It is for sure.
He's a player.
It is for sure. Guy heavily in the MVP talks, DeMar DeRozan. He has 5 straight 35-plus games, Nate. He's the second person to do that ever in the history. Who's the only guy to do it?
I'm going to go Magic Johnson.
Michael Jordan. 35 plus in 5 straight games for the Bulls. DeMar DeRozan has been absolutely incredible, man. So happy for that guy. Mm-hmm. We've talked about it in past episodes, about him leaving Toronto in such a terrible fashion and him being very emotional about that departure. But man, incredible season right now for the Bulls. I think Zach LaVine's having some stuff done to his knee. I mean, he's still going to be at the All-Star weekend, but be interested to see how they do moving forward, man. I really like the Bulls' chances.
Yeah,
they've been my pick all year. I don't know if they've got the caliber of team to win, but something I'll be asking Scoop.
Yep, 100% asking Scoop. And I mean, you never know once you get in there, too. I mean, it is obviously, we talked about it before, it's a lot harder in the NBA to make a legitimate run if you're not steady. It's just going to be tough to get through Milwaukee. And even if Brooklyn gets humming with Simmons, too.
Exactly,
it's going to be tough, but
for sure.
I don't know, it'd be nice. That'd be an awesome pick for you to hit on.
For sure. But it's NBA All-Star game next weekend. Thursday, we're going to be joined, I guess for Friday's episode, we're going to be joined by Brandon Scoop B. Robinson. Super excited about that. Bally Sports employee. He's a big media member in the NBA. Brandon Scoop B. is going to be absolutely electric. Super excited for that interview, Nate.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. I can't wait to ask him about the I want to know a lot of stuff about the dunk contest, and I'm going to be feeding him questions about it.
I like it. NHL talk, Nate. Quarter 4 of episode 16 of the Daily Intermission podcast. we're gonna headline things. We're gonna start things off, I should say, in Arizona. Some terrible news coming out of Arizona. They have now signed a 3-year contract to play at the Arizona State University Arena with a capacity of 5,000 fans. That might be the most embarrassing, contract signed and just circumstance for a professional sports team in the history of professional sports teams. 5,000 capacity for the next 3 years.
It's crazy, man. It's really, really, really crazy. Like, this is an NHL team. 5,000. Like, this is a fourth of what your attendance should be for the most part. I mean, this rink doesn't even look like it's sweet for a college rink, but for like an NHL caliber arena, man, like this is not where you want to be playing. Like this association, it's a shame because I really do like Arizona as like I like their logo. I like their team. I like that there's a team in Arizona, but it's just like, it seems like it's been such a dumpster fire for so long now. Like they haven't really accomplished anything since they've been there since like 97. They made the conference finals once and it's just thing after thing. I mean, you got the guys working out. Now they got this arena and it's crazy. It's a 3-year minimum. Yeah, it's probably longer, really.
Such a tough look for the Arizona Coyotes. But like you said, Nate, I mean, there's no real, positive things happening there. I mean, if they get the first overall pick this year, I mean, maybe have Shane Wright. I think next year is probably a better pick to get. Maybe grab Michkov or Bedard. I think those two guys can be the focal point of your franchise moving forward. But even if you get a star like that, I mean, the team is just so terrible. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at like a 5. I mean, I don't know how many years you can peg on that before they're good again, but yeah, it's unfortunate, man. So Arizona will be playing at Arizona State University. Be interesting to compare the Arizona State University men's capacity or fan attendance compared to the Coyotes moving forward.
Surely they got to fill the place, though.
Yeah, free tickets for students.
To the Coyotes.
But some exciting news in Canada, Nate. Ontario came out, said this week, and as well as Alberta, full capacity as of March 1st. Super excited for Canadian teams. I mean, it's been a long few months. I mean, I don't know when it was implemented just before Christmas that fans won't be allowed in the building, but March 1st, the fans will be back in the building. Winnipeg, I think, a little bit sooner than that. They'll be back to full capacity. So the fans will be back in Canadian buildings. Man, creating an atmosphere. I mean, some of those buildings have the best atmospheres in the NHL, and it's just been such a shame. There's been some great games going on in those buildings that would be, absolutely electric, and they've just been dead.
I know. There's a few. It's like I tune in, even like catch a hockey night in Canada, and you're just like, oh my goodness. It takes the life out of you, man, watching those games.
It does.
I mean, it was sweet when it first came back when you had the North Division, because at the beginning last year, you're like, okay, at least we get some hockey.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're going to see Canadian matchups every night. And then by the end of it, you're like, man, I can't even watch this without fans.
No, exactly.
Just these empty buildings. It's depressing. And I mean, at least it's back. So I'm not going to touch on it too much, but let's go.
Yeah,
about time.
It's definitely a sigh of relief here. Colorado Avalanche, Nate, have been an absolute wagon. Obviously, we don't talk about them too much, but 19 straight games with a point registered. Nazem Kadri having a career year. Nathan McKinnon hasn't been playing all that much. But obviously, Cale Makar's been an absolute beast. Devin Taves, low-key, has been an absolute animal as well. Defenseman that they acquired from the New York Islanders. I mean, I think that this team is probably the biggest threat moving into the playoffs. First in the Central, I don't think they'll be moving out of that spot.
No.
McKinnon coming back healthy, played his first game the other night, grabbing an assist. He's an apple machine this year.
He is an apple machine, huh?
But we're really excited about everything going on with Colorado. I think it's would be super exciting for Nathan McKinnon to grab a ring. Yeah. I think that team's going to be the team to beat, Nate.
I think so too. It's going to be, I just want to see him go for a nice deep run. Like that year in the bubble too, they were so close. Well, they got Game 7 against Dallas in I think it was maybe the second round that was.
Yeah.
But
Hudobin just stole the show.
Yeah, Hudobin, man. But that's what it is. Like you just get some random goalie that gets hot, and like who would have thought Hudobin was going to carry them to the Stanley Cup final?
No
Not
shot.
Me. No close chance. I would think that. But I mean they're juiced top to bottom, man. Like they are. That decor too is outrageous.
It's very good.
Like as you touched on, good. Devon Taves, Makar, obviously.
Owen Byram's been amazing.
Owen Byram's a freak.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah. Eric Johnson back there for support too.
Yeah.
Guy will lay the bod.
Just a nice vet.
Oh, he's an absolute vet.
Yeah, he's been incredible. Calgary, Nate, some news out of Calgary. They acquired Tyler Toffoli today.
Yes.
From the Montreal Canadiens. They've been great, man. And Daryl Sutter, he coaches just a nice brand of hockey. I think it's just such a great fit there. They're a heavy team. They play a heavy style of hockey.
Yep.
I mean, Markstrom's had 8 shutouts this season.
Yeah.
Truly incredible. We're going to be there in a month's time, almost a little bit less. Super excited to be in Calgary. Check out the Saddle Dome. I mean, I've heard great things about the rink. I know it's a little outdated, but I guess the atmosphere is just electric. The Sea of Red. But man, what do you think about? I mean, I wanted to talk about Sean Monahan for a second, Nate. Like, what happened to Sean Monahan?
I don't know, man. That guy was scoring 30 a few times. He was 6th overall pick in 2013.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a fantasy lock. You get him late rounds, he's getting like 80 points a year. Yeah. And man, he's just Mr. Irrelevant out there. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, I think he's got like 19 points in the year or something, like something insane. Like he's just been terrible and really just kind of back-to-back terrible seasons. I know Johnny Gaudreau's having a bit of a better year. Matthew Tkachuk's looking really good. I've watched a couple of their last games. He's been absolutely buzzing.
Yep.
They do have a lot of great pieces there in Calgary. I think Toffoli's a nice fit.
I think that's a great pickup too. Plus, Sutter coached him before in LA.
Yep,
so
exactly.
Obviously he would have had a lot to say about that trade getting through. So yeah, that's a good pickup for sure.
No, absolutely. But Nate, we're gonna move in out of the NHL into the post-game show.
Yes.
It's been a quick episode. Obviously, the Super Bowl kind of headlined everything. We apologize being a day late. We appreciate you guys waiting for the podcast this week. It's been a lot of fun. Kind of tuning into the Super Bowl. I mean, that playoff yesterday and the Waste Management was super electric. They kind of overlapped each other, but it was good fun. But Nate, we're gonna move into the post-game show. Mm-hmm. Do you have a fire wagon and a dog water of the week?
Of course. Fire wagon. Matt Stafford.
I love it.
Matt Stafford. Gotta be. I mean, you just take him to the Super Bowl for the boys. I was loving it. Great show. Guy went off. It was unreal. I mean, minus the couple of picks. It was getting sketchy there for a second.
For sure. That's just what you get with a guy who absolutely slings the rock like he does. He's an
doesn't
absolute
look.
gunslinger.
Yeah.
No look passes.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, some serious clutch throws. I mean, that post across the middle there to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
When Von Bell jumped and he threw it right there, he kind of threw it where Von Bell jumped from.
Yeah.
In a no-look post route. And then, like the back shoulder fade. He made a lot of great throws.
The OBJ catch, too, that was a great throw.
Absolutely.
Nice and deep and high. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, to come in from Detroit first year after being traded, after being deadlocked in Detroit and then winning the Super Bowl. Super happy for that guy, man. Yep. Does so much for the community, man. Unbelievable. I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp, Super Bowl MVP. A lot of the same reasons for you, Nate. Just showed up come Super Bowl. He's won the triple threat all regular season. Was the Super Bowl MVP. What a year it was for Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's definitely a top 3 receiver in the league. Guy had no offers out of high school. Really enjoyed watching Cooper Kupp this season. One of the best wide receiver seasons we've seen in recent history. So Cooper Kupp's my fire wagon of the week.
I like it. Hard to go against that. For my dog water of the week, it's Kanye West.
Okay.
He was just sitting at the Super Bowl with a shield on.
Morph suit.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what's going on there. But
lost his girl to Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's battling, man. He's had some wild Instagram posts too. So not that sport related, kind of tied in with the Super Bowl there, because I don't know why you'd watch it through a beehive face mask thing, but I'm going with Kanye West.
Okay, my dog water of the week is Vernon Hargraves III. Vernon Hargraves, obviously in street clothes. Bates picks off. Matt Stafford, he decides to run on the field with the defense. Go celebrate with the defense in the end zone wearing street clothes. Obviously, the flag was thrown, and the Bengals took their first penalty of the game on Vernon Hargraves. Street clothes celebration. So he's my dog water of the week, Nate.
I like it.
All right, folks.
That is an absolute ridiculous thing to do.
Well, that'll conclude episode 16 of season 2 of the Daily Intermission podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Go follow us on YouTube. Go subscribe. We got some fun stuff around the corner. Like we said, we're going to Calgary in a couple weeks' time. We're going to be there for 2 Calgary Flames games. Super excited about that. Go check us out on TikTok and Instagram, and we'll be back on Friday with Scoop B. Brandon Robinson.
Let's get it.